Okay. Excuse me, y'all. Hey, everybody in the chat. I'm still getting my stuff together. All right. Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for joining for the live personal reading session. Whether you plan on participating or not, welcome, welcome. This is for donated donation based readings. So if you wanted to participate, there is information in the description box. So just in case y'all didn't hear me, these aren't free readings. But they are donation based. But if you're in here just to chill and lend your positive energy, please do so. You are also welcome. Got that Southern hospitality going on. But um, just so y'all know, while I'm doing the readings, I will not be communicating in the chat, although I'll be able to see it. And any questions or anything like that, I'll address after each reading because I want to give my clients their respect. All right. So let me get this timestamp going for client number one. Okay. Hey, client number one. Hey, I hope you're well. Thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right. It looks like you have a yes no question that you sent in. And your question is, will I get into the PT program at Texas Tech if I apply next year? Let's find out. Let's find out. Good old Texas Tech. Let's see. Will client number one get into the PT program at Texas Tech if they apply for next year? Will client one get into the program if they apply for next year? Oh, okay, I'm gonna put that one back. It'll come out when I'm ready. Well, client number one, get into the program. Client number one, I do pull three cards, but the first one is a yes, client one. The second one, ooh, is a yes, client one. The third one is an absolute Hell yes. Look at that. Look at all these pentacles. I mean, I guess that makes sense since it is the PT program. But look at that, client one. Listen, we're talking about fulfillment. The first the first card that came out. And not only that, client one, I don't know what um your gender identity is. It doesn't really matter, but you are going to prosper. This is going to be very successful for you, and it's definitely going to open the door to a legacy that you can build. It's even you may even be able to go off on your own and open your own business. You may have some partners, but I mean, it's very fruitful. And bottom of the deck, more pentacles. We got the nine of pentacles, 10 of pentacles, and the seven of pentacles out here. Yeah. So absolutely. Congratulations. I'm excited for you. No more schooling for me. So, all right. Congratulations in advance, Dr. PT Client One. I wish you well. Thank you for booking with me. I hope this helps and I hope it helps you for your highest good. All right. That's awesome. Good for client one. Good for client one. All right. I thought I saw somebody say something in the chat. Isaiah S. Shiny. Hey, Isaiah. If you're still here in the chat, how you feeling? All right. Let's go on to client two. Okay, what is my timestamp? All right. Hey, client two. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Client two, it looks like you have three questions here. So let's get started. It says, there is a guy at work who has been flirting with me heavily since I started. Let me see. I've been there 6 months, so I'm still fairly new. And so your first question is, what are his intentions for me? Okay, let's see. This one? All right. Spirit wants me to go to the Oracle deck first for this question. All right. What are client two's co-workers' intentions with client two? This guy has been flirting with client two pretty heavily since they started working 6 months ago. What is this guy's intentions for client two? What's this guy's intentions for client two, please, Spirit? What's this guy's intentions for client two? What's this guy's intentions for client two? What is this guy's intentions for client two? That's interesting. Okay. Also interesting. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. Anything else, please? All right. Let's see. All right. So the first thing that came out that was very interesting to me is you're my best friend. Being a fact that, like, did you already know this guy? Because that's interesting that somebody would say that and you just started working with them. But I'll get that. I'll clarify that. The next one that came out, client two, is I trust you, which is also interesting, being that you just started working there 6 months ago. Oh, yeah. I feel like it says you're so good to me. You're the best I've ever had. This is where he's already not necessarily already feeling, but it feels like he is somebody who kind of jumps ahead, like skips bases, skips steps, mm, gets into relationships like and attaches quickly, which is why I'm saying like this is interesting. Um what also came out is that which kind of makes more sense. Parental guardian issues. This person has attachment issues, which makes sense as to why like jumping the gun on trying to holler at you. At the bottom of the deck, what came up is I'm ready, like already. Well, sometimes but spirit saying this person has attachment issues, and they want me to clarify with a different deck here. Can you tell us more, Spirit, about client two's co-workers' intentions with them? Tell us more about client two's co-workers' intentions with them. Yeah, this is something else. It's like, how can you be the best at they've ever had already? All right. I don't know, client two. I don't know. Anything else regarding client two's co-workers' intentions with client two? What else is there regarding client two's intentions? The co-workers' intentions with client two. Let me make sure I say that right. Anything else, Spirit? What intentions client two's co-worker has for them? Yeah, I'm hearing that this person is looking for a parental figure. The first one that came out, breadcrumbing. That's why this guy is coming on so strong. Then triggered. So not only does he have attachment issues, he's going to come on very strong like he is doing now. And then he's going to pull all the way back. Listen, trust the signs, client two. Trust the signs. It says paying attention to guidance, universe speaking clearly, follow your intuition, message received. Obviously, your intuition, client two, was just like, I don't know about this dude. And he at work. You know that old saying is you don't shit where you eat. It works for some people, but for a lot of people, it does not. Let's see what else came out. Again, love bomb. That's all this is. He's coming on strong on purpose. But you got to maintain some boundaries. You got to set some boundaries with this guy early. You probably you may be kind of nice, you may flirt back a little bit, but You're going to make it clear that you aren't interested, like very clear. Because if you tell this guy out no one time, I don't know if he's going to take it. You might have to say no more than once. It says saying no firmly, protecting your peace, setting limits clearly. Enough is enough. Yeah, you're going to have to draw like a very clear line with this guy because um with triggered coming out here, um it says emotional reactions, unresolved wounds, facing past hurts. Why does this bother me? This, again, attachment issues. So he'd make a scene. If y'all were to go out and let's say you go on a few dates and you do something that he doesn't like, let's say you decide that you don't want to date him anymore, he's going to make a scene. This dude is full of drama. And given the fact that, it's very finicky because you're new, and I don't know how long he's been there, but it sounds like he was there first. So I'm feeling like this isn't a boat that you want to rock. Mm-mm. This isn't a boat that you want to rock. That's what I'm feeling. However, you got two more questions, so let's see what those are. Yeah, that's something. That's something else. Your second question is what spirits advice regarding my coworker? Okay. Give me a second. I need some beverage. Reminds me of Pulp Fiction. This is a tasty beverage. Okay, let's see. What is Spirit's advice? This deck they want me to go to. All right, Spirit. What is your advice for client two? This client two wants to know. And we know you're going to tell client two exactly what they need to know because you decided that you want to go from this deck. Mm-hmm. What is client two's advice regarding their coworker? What is client two's advice regarding their coworker, Spirit? What is client two's advice regarding their coworker? Client two's advice. Please and thank you. What's client two's advice, please? Anything else? First that came out, patience. Everything happens in divine, natural timing. What else? What else for client two? Anything else for client two? Ooh. Mm. Okay. Mm. You asked client two. You asked. I told you when they want to come from this deck. When Spirit wants to come from this deck, they got a lot they want to say. And they specifically told me, like, butterfly deck. Like, oh, okay. It's almost like, oh, you're about to get a thrashing. No, I'm just playing. But they got plenty to say. Uh which one did we go to first? We said patience, everything happens in divine and natural timing. What also came out was live your life for you. Live your life for you. So I don't know, client two, if you make your decisions based off of what other people may think. But that's not what spirit wants for you. That's not what your folks want for you. They want you to live your life. They want you to live your life. Um and they're clearly telling you to remove your energy from his space. It goes back to those boundaries. Remove your energy. Like, you don't have to date folks at work. Mm-mm. You don't have to date this guy, at least. Ooh, interesting. You have spiritual gifts and they're awakening. Have you been ignoring them? Because what also came out is last warning, course correction loading. Now, there are signs where you may start to get very vivid dreams and downloads and things like that, client too. Um, maybe even hearing ringing in your ear, but you don't want to ignore that. Not when they're calling you. And you definitely don't want a course correction. This is your choice right now. It's your choice right now. Um, but they do want you to know that the universe, your benevolent spirit team, your benevolent ancestors are working on your behalf, but they definitely don't like to be ignored. Didn't I say your benevolent ancestors? Trying to tell you. What also came out is this situation no longer serves you. Make plans to exit soon. Is that about the coworker or? Yeah. So I don't know if you've been entertaining flirtation, his flirty advances, but yeah, don't do that. This is a person that you will have to tell no multiple times. You can't just say no once. Yeah, nah, don't, yeah, don't entertain this anymore. Like, keep it business. Keep it business. What also came out is sabotage. And the question is, this you doing this to yourself? This is do you sabotage relationships by getting involved with people like this? Cuz he's definitely somebody who sabotages because he has attachment issues. That's very clear. But the question is, do you sabotage because you get involved with energies that show you a lot of attention at first, and then they back off. They love bomb and then breadcrumb you. What's at the bottom of the deck? Don't walk, run away, but not too far because you're at work. So there's that. But make it clear that this ain't that. Spirit has spoken. Stop. If you've been ignoring the awakening of your spiritual gifts, This is your last warning. They will course correct. They will course correct, but continue to live your life for you. Don't live your life for somebody else. A lot of times we have a tendency to do that, want to live up to other people's expectations when it is our lives, not theirs. Whether this is your parents, siblings, whatever that is, this is you in your skin. Your soul is in the skin, not theirs. So you have to follow what resonates. Your last question. What is spirit's advice regarding my love life? Well, a lot has come out already. There's a lot of red out here. It's almost like, when you turn in your paper and you get your term paper back and it has like all this red up there. You're like, are you sure I got to be? Like, damn, teach. Like, that's kind of that's the vibe I'm getting here. Like, you're doing good. You're doing good. But we just want to correct these things. Just correct these things. Okay. What deck do you want to go to for her love life? Okay. They want to stick with this deck. What advice do you have for client two's love life, please? What advice do you have for client two's love life? What advice do you have for client two's love life, spirit? What else? Anything client two's love life? Y'all gonna keep throwing these out. Like, just just throwing them at me. Just throwing them. Okay. Here we go, client two. The one that came out. Ooh, grace. It isn't just a password you say before you eat. Get some. Have some grace for yourself. There is nowhere you're supposed to be right now. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Society tells us that we have to be married by a certain point. We have to be parents by a certain point, at least Western society. And if we're not, then something is wrong with us. Have some grace. What also came out. Ooh, okay. Shift your energy, and that does say focus. I'm not cussing at you. Shift your energy. I'm hearing self-esteem, that you may not think as highly of yourself as others do, client two. And your benevolent ancestors want you to shift your energy, like shift that whole thought process. And it sounds like, with the cards that are coming out, because I'll get to the last two, they don't want you attracting anybody in the energy that you're in right now. Because the people that you would attract right now would not serve you. You'd be attracting somebody like this guy, somebody who love bombs and breadcrumbs. They don't want you in that energy. They want you to be in a space where you have elevated and evolved to a point where you love yourself so much that you can recognize love bombing, you can recognize breadcrumbing. And not only that, but people who do that would be intimidated to even talk to you. They'll be like, she wouldn't even. They would try and you would cut it off right then and there. What also came out is that your benevolent ancestors want you to know that you're never alone and you are protected. And the fact that you even were guided to get this reading, you know, that's them. That was that nudge. That's your spiritual gifts awakening because you followed the nudge. Not only that, but cultivating a life of luxury and or comfort for you. That's what they want you to work on. And my right hand just started itching quite a bit all of a sudden. So it's green for a reason, boo. It's green for a reason. Your team is trying to guide you to a life of luxury and or comfort. So, no, you may also have some money coming your way with my hand itching outside of getting your regular paycheck. So, and outside of tax returns, because I know we're in tax season. So, yeah, they want you to focus on you, focus on you elevating and building your confidence as well. And they can help you do that, but you have to be willing to work with them. And Spirit wants me to email you some instructions, so I'll do that after the live. Um just specific for you. Yeah. Is that it, Spirit, for client two? That's all, client two. I hope this helps and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Leave that coworker all the way alone. If he ain't talking about work, then he ain't talking about shit. That's all I'm saying. If it don't make dollars, client two, then it don't make sense. You get it? All right. Thank you, client two. All right. Good times. Good times. I think I saw MG come through. Hey, MG. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Vic Ronnie. Nope. Said your name wrong. My apologies. Vic Ron. Vic Ron T. Rana. And thank you for subscribing, but these aren't free readings. If you would like to participate, please look in at the description box and send an email because these are readings that are private for a reason, and that is to protect you. So yeah, let me see. Jack Tonk. Okay. Well, hey, Jack Tonk. I don't know what the beginning of your message was, but appreciate it. Appreciate your energy. All right. Yeah. Appreciate your energy. All right. Let me get these together so we can move on. Yeah. I hope everybody is doing well in the chat, in the live. Let's see. One goes here. One goes here. We'll put you here. Yeah. Yeah, that dude, people are something else. People can't just be straightforward. Long gone are the days where you just check boxes when you like people, which might be a good thing. How you feeling, MG? Welcome to the live. All right. Let's see. Client 3. Let's get that timestamp going here. Mm. Very well, very well. You know, it's Tuesday. We up in here on the live front porch. I feel like this is I don't know. One day I might do this outside when it warms up. We'll see. Um, but yeah, let me get my life back together. Okay, client 3. Here we go. Hey, client 3. Thank you for booking with me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. It looks like you have 2 questions, client 3. So let's get into it. You say, I'm a 36-year-old man who grew up not knowing who my bio father was. Okay. But I was raised by a man I love who is my dad. I know that's right. This past December, I received a message on social media from a woman who claims to be my sister and stated she and my bio father want to see me. Interesting. Hmm. What are their intentions towards me? Okay, let's see this one. All right, let's see. Let's find out. What are client three's possible bio sister and bio father? What are their intentions towards client 3? What are client three's bio father and bio sisters intentions towards him? He grew up not knowing they existed and they popped up on social media. All right, and reached out on purpose. What are their intentions towards client 3? What are their intentions towards client 3? What are client three's bio sister, potential bio sister, and bio father's intentions towards client 3, please? Anything else? Mm, I don't know. Client 3. I don't know. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else for client 3? Okay. So let's see client. The first thing that came out, client 3, is I don't like your friends slash family. Client 3, the only person that I can think of that they probably don't like, specifically your daddy, your bio dad, father, is your mama. And that is I mean, that's a personal thing. I mean, I don't, yeah, that don't really have anything to do with you. But yeah, I'll I'll get a little more on that one. Like if that's gonna be a problem, it shouldn't be. But people gonna people. What also came out is water under the bridge. I'm getting this more so from your bio father, that he wants things to be forgiven. The fact that he hasn't been in your life. Now, you didn't mention this. You just mentioned that they popped up on social media, but my question is, like, if it's water under the bridge, like, it's giving me the feeling that he knew you existed. Because why would there be water under the bridge unless, you know? Let's go to the next one. Um, hmm. What came out is keep you on the back burner, keep you confused. I don't like this. I'm gonna keep going and I'll address it. They don't care about you. Feeling a void. Mm. You stroke my ego. I'll feed your delusion. This is giving me that your dad, your bio father, really couldn't care less about, I mean, they literally said it, right? Literally couldn't care less about the connection. But as long as you stroke his ego, he'll feed your delusion that he cares. There's something in him that's lacking, which is why filling the void is here. And it also feels like, you said you're 36. I don't know how old your dad is, but this is giving that, you know how somebody can have like a health scare and then all of a sudden Jesus moment, and they see the truth, or they see how ain't shit they are, and they want to like not be not shit, and but then they find out that they're actually okay, and then they go back to being not shit. That's kind of what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here. But your bio father, unfortunately, and I hate to be the one to tell you this, Spirit said it, they don't care. He doesn't care. I want to find out about your sister, though, your possible bio sister, to see if, her feelings are the same. Client three's possible bio sister, does she really want to develop a relationship with client three? Does client three's possible bio sister, really want to develop a relationship with client three? Does client three's possible bio sister really want to develop a relationship with client three? What about client three's possible bio sister? Does she really want a relationship? First card is yes, Client three. Second card is maybe. Third card is yes. Yeah. With the fool out here, like she really does want a relationship. This two of swords energy is that she knows exactly who her dad is. She knows exactly who her dad is. But with this page of pentacles, it's given that I I feel like she's one younger than you, but it's like, it's the page, so she wants to learn, who her brother is. Um get to know you, but she is kind of caught between, you know, I don't know if she lives with her dad or how close they are, but she knows exactly who he is, which is why this two of swords is. But also, um, this is about your intuition too, client three. So if he starts coming through, starts, sending messages to you via her and all that stuff like that, lean into your intuitive nudges. And just remember this this reading here and what spirit said that his intentions are for you. At the bottom of the deck, yeah, she does. She really does want to have a relationship with you. And that's good news, especially if, y'all are really related. Yeah. So congratulations. You got a little sister. Okay. So you got another question here, client three. And it says, what do my ancestor advise regarding the situation? Okay. Let's see. I'll put this right here. Y'all just want to talk directly to the people. All right. Want to talk directly to the people. Like, don't pull those tarot cards. Like, put them tarot cards down. What does client three's benevolent ancestors advise regarding the situation with the possible bio sister and bio dad, father, Baja? What does client three benevolent ancestors advise in this situation? Okay. What does client three's benevolent ancestors advise regarding this situation with his possible bio father and bio sister? What does client three's benevolent ancestors advise regarding this situation? Ooh, first they say it's time to reconnect and connect with them. That's what they want you to know, for real, on the strength. Um, I'm hearing you shouldn't be coming to somebody like me. They say you got gifts of your own. You heard them. They're like, pretty much, we would have told you this straight to your face. But yeah, they're encouraging you to connect or reconnect with them. Um, which is why this came out. Yes, seek additional guidance. Yeah. Is there anything else in here? Okay. So they wanted to tell you that first. Now I can go to the tarot. But why am I hearing why are your benevolent ancestors kind of gangster? Because they're playing Biggie, like first things first, I Papa. Like first things first. Let's get this out here. Like, bruh, you need to be connecting with us. Like, okay. They calling you out. What can you do? But connect. All right. What other advice? Anything else? Client three's benevolent ancestors have for him regarding this situation with possible bio sister and bio father. What additional advice is there for client three? What additional advice is there for client three regarding this situation with possible bio sister and bio father? We first have 4 cups here. We have the 4 of arrows, the 4 of swords, and the page of arrows or the page of swords. And at the bottom of the deck, 7 of cups. Huh. Yeah, I'm hearing don't it goes back into this stroke my ego and I'll feed your delusion. Don't go into this situation um thinking that everything is going to be a big happy family. This is it, Family Matters. You remember that show? You're 36, so maybe. Um, but yeah, it's not like that. Go into this with no expectations because this 7 of cups isn't really about options. It's more about the dream. That's why it's like your folks are emphasizing the cloud here and how you have this idea. You may have this idea in your mind about how things are going to be. But we got the 4 of cups, the 4 of swords, and the page of arrows. And I'm getting that this page of arrows, client three, is as the little client three who may have saw himself as, and I feel like they're giving me a situation with the spread, um, saw himself as not enough, or like, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't my father want to know me? Yeah. So let's clarify this 7 of cups here to get your advice, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with you, client three. You're whole. You're whole. So what is painting is the fact that in this headspace, in this mindset of being the little client three here, that you may have this dream of, you know, connecting with your bio sister, and hopefully this will connect you with your bio father and you can get to know him. That's the energy that I'm getting here with that. but your spirit team, your benevolent ancestors, it feels like they want you to be a little more and realistic in your thought process as you if you decide to develop a relationship with your bio sister. What's the advice regarding this Seven of Cups? Mm, you see how it flew out though? It's the King of Swords. It's the King of Swords. They want you to be like straight up logical about this situation. Don't go into it with expectations. Take people as they are. Meet them where they are. You know, don't paint big dreams. Don't paint a big picture. You know, these folks going to be who they are and you should see them as such. So instead of going into it as the page of arrows, the child, you go in there as the king that you are. Go in there as the king that you are. And the King of Swords is somebody who, you know, sees things as they are. It's not about expectations, it's about the facts. And you let people build the trust. Don't go in there trusting them already. They have to earn your trust, you know? At the bottom of the deck here, we have the King of Cups. We have the King of Cups. It's okay to have some compassion, especially for your possible bio sister. But again, you know, until that relationship develops and you get to know her as she is, stick with the facts. Stick with the facts. See people as they are. Take them as they are. That's what they want you to do. Yeah. Is that it, Spirit? All right. That's all. Thank you, client three, for booking with me. I hope this helps and I hope it helps you for your highest good. And yeah, I wish you and your super dope benevolent ancestors um a good night. All right. Let's see. It goes here. That goes here. Ambruzy. Ambruzy says, I had the Temple Run 2 world record in 2013. Congratulations. Congratulations. You should feel proud for what that is. I don't know what that is. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me check my email. See if we have received any more emails. Oh, all right. We have not. Okay, y'all. All right. So we have one more client here. And with this last client, I am going to shut it down. Okay. All right. So let's do this last one and then I'll let y'all good folks go. Let's see. We are on client number 4. What is the time stamp here? Hey, client 4. Hey, I hope you are feeling well. Thank you for booking with me and thank you for trusting me with your energy. Client 4, it looks like we have 2 questions from you. And so I'll get to it. It says, my grandmother passed 5 years ago. My condolences, client 2. Excuse me, client 4. I feel her walking with me daily. I'm 3 months pregnant. Oh, congratulations. So, your first question, client 4, is, does she feel I'll be a good mother? Oh, hmm, let's find out. Spirit, let's reach out to client 4's benevolent grandmother who she is talking about. Client 4 would like to know from her grandmother, her benevolent grandmother who passed, transitioned 5 years ago, if she feels she would be a good mother. She is 3 months pregnant. Yeah. Okay. Does client 4's grandmother feel she will be a good mother? She's 3 months pregnant. First card, client 4, is a no. Don't freak out. I pulled the second one is a maybe. The third one is also a maybe. You're very stressed out. Client 4, are you in like a stressful ass situation? Like one that brings stress? At the bottom of the deck? Mm. At the bottom of the deck, we have a yes. Essentially, what your grandmother is telling you, like literally, with the 9 of Swords, which is all about, anxiety, depression, stressful ass situations. But what she is saying to you in this spread is that, look, you're in a situation you don't need to be in. And it's time to exit with the hermit in the middle. It's time to go off on your own. You will do so much better. Things will be so much balanced, so much more balanced on your own. And not only that, and I don't know if this is because you are with the child's father or you're just in a stressful living situation, but she doubled down with the 3 of Wands, which is all about expansion and getting out and going and You're 3 months pregnant. You're 3 months pregnant. Now is the time to do it. You don't want to wait until, you're 7, 8 months pregnant when you need to be sat down somewhere. Um, yeah, she's just like, you're not in the right situation. So she's not saying that you're going to be a horrible mom. She's saying the situation that you're in is not conducive for you to be the best mother you could be. Can we clarify this 3 of Wands here from her grandmother? Clarify this 3 of Wands. Clarify this 3 of Wands, please. And then I'm going to go to this other deck so we can see what she really wants to say. She's clarifying it with the 5 of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, the 6 of Cups. Mm. She hates that she's not there to help you. Because if she was, it would be like this. It would be just like the 6 of Cups. She would be, but she is with you, like you said. And this is her doing, she's doing a lot on the other side. But this 5 of Cups is also saying that it's almost like you feel there's something that you'll miss out on by leaving emotionally. So is this because you're with the situation is with the child's father? Is this situation with the child's father? One card. Is this situation her living situation with the child's father? Yep, got it. King of Cups. Clarify the 5 of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, Sun. Hmm, that's interesting. Because it's like your happiness is predicated on how he feels, what he does, how he moves, as opposed to your fulfillment, the happiness and contentment and joy that you already have established within. Hmm. What else about what else does client four's grandmother want her to know about her being a good mother? What else does client four's grandmother want her to know about being a good mother, please? What else does client four's mother want her to know about being a good mother? Anything else? Anything else? Hmm. Woo! This is heavy. This is heavy. Client four. Anything else from client fours? This one? Anything else from client fours? Grant? Oh, shoot. That one. Dang it. Flipped all the way. Uh, there we go. Anything else from client four's grandmother? Okay, that's it for this deck. So the additional information your grandmother wants you to know, client four. Oh, she wants you to stay in overflow. This says you compliment me and I stay in overflow when I'm with you. She wants you to be with somebody who compliments you, not somebody who completes you. There's a huge difference between the two. And I'm not, please don't see me as being judgmental because I've been there. I didn't know the difference. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Sans, you know, being pregnant, but she wants you to be with somebody who puts you in the overflow because you are ready. Well, keeps you in overflow because you have placed yourself in overflow. You don't need anybody to complete you. You need somebody who compliments you. Client four, you're already the cake. Whoever you're with will just be the icing on the cake. Make sense? She says, "Ooh, your grandma said clearly, I don't like your partner. You could do better." Your grandma, you asked. Your grandma said she don't like your partner because he knows he uh, although the king of cups is somebody is usually emotionally intelligent, somebody who is um capable of managing their emotions, compassionate, generous, all the things. Um, they can also be somebody who manipulates, who can, get their way and use what you tell them, what you confide in them against you emotionally, you know? They know how to make you feel lonely when they're in the room with you. That's the vibe I'm getting off this dude. She also says trigger. Your your pregnancy is going to be a trigger for him because he's somebody who likes attention, and babies take attention away from adults that are around because they're babies, right? That's what happens. That's how life works. When you're being a parent, well, I won't go there. When you're doing what you're supposed to do as a parent, I'll just say that. But when you are somebody who feeds off of other people's energy, when you are somebody who manipulates and um, feeds off attention, then anything that takes away from the attention is 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 a liability. Is a liability. Hold on, y'all. I got a cough. Okay, and then when to cough in y'all's ear. Um. So yeah, this baby is going to be a trigger for him, and he's going to respond like a child. He's going to respond like a child, and she wants me to. Okay. She wants me to get, and then after this, we'll move on to your next question. She wants me to get his intentions or how he feels about you, his intentions towards you, and or how he feels about you from this. That what are Client four's child's father intentions towards her, and how does he feel about her? What are client four's child's father intentions towards her, and how does he feel about her? What are child's father's intentions towards her, and how does he feel about her? That's some shit. Oh, client four. Client four. What are client four's child's father intention towards her, and how does he feel about her? Okay. So the first one that came out, situation single. So your grandmother wants me to tell you this is double layered. So he still sees himself as single. It says temporary loneliness, choosing solitude, waiting for better. That part. And not only that, but that is going to be the situation once the baby comes. Situational single. He plans on dipping out. What also came out, behind the mask. Hidden emotions, concealing true self, afraid to show reality. No one sees the real me. Again, this is a guy that thrives off attention. So he's probably getting a lot of attention right now because his partner is pregnant. People have a tendency to dote on the parents. But in real life, behind the mask, he on some bullshit. Safe space, emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protected vulnerability. Here I am safe. You're that person that he can always come back to. Your home plate. So while he's traveling all the other bases, doing his thing with other people, your home plate. Your home plate. And at the bottom of the deck, we got spilled tea. Spilled tea says secrets exposed, gossip spreading, leaked information. Oops, it's out. This dude, client four, and I'm gonna say it like this because your grandma wants me to. This dude talks cash shit about you to his friends, to family, whomever. And most of them know what y'all situation is. Most of them know, like, he doesn't hide any of what he does from the people that he's closest to. He doesn't hide it. So if he's acting single when he's not, they know it. They know it. Yeah. Pardon me. Okay. Let's go to your next question. And I apologize to have to. My heart goes out to you, client four. Honestly. Honestly, it does. But your grandmother Again, your grandma said this. I don't like your partner. You could do better. She wants you out of that situation just because the stress, the stress that you're going through is not good for you or the baby. It's not good for you or the baby. And the fact that he's situational single kind of came out two times, two different decks. But let's go to your next question here. Okay. What advice does she have for me? Well, we already went over some of it. Okay. But we'll get some more. What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? Additional advice from client four's grandmother. What additional advice does client four's grandmother have for her? Anything else, Spirit? Or anything else from client four's grandmother? Okay. Mm, she must be start with this one. The only person you need to validate you is you. Client four. The only person you need to validate you is you. But she got a lot to say. She got a lot to say. This one was actually the first one that came out. Cord cutting from people, places, things, and or behaviors. She wants you to cut the cord from him, as well as some behaviors, as well as some behaviors. And we'll get into that here. She wants you to do more for and with yourself. If y'all hear my dog barking, she heard motorcycles outside. Yep. She says things are turning around. That's why you got to be patient. You know, things will turn around, especially once you start doing the work. And the fact that you are so concerned about what your child's father is doing and you focus your decisions on what he does, she says that's a them problem. How they feel is not your business. What he does when you bounce, if you bounce rather, is not your business. Which one? Your ego is on 15 out of 10. You need to turn it down to a 3. That's it. That's all. When our ego is in play, not that we shouldn't have any ego, but there should be a dial to the ego, which is why it's like it's on 15 out of 10, because ego causes us to make decisions that get us in some shit. We make decisions based off of irrational or reactive emotions, rather, as opposed to taking a step back and responding and actually looking at the situation. We do stuff because our feelings are hurt. We do stuff because we don't want to feel left out. So this is about turning that ego down. You can't turn it off, but turning it down. So plan your work your plan. You can do this. You can do this, but it requires you to plan and it requires you to work that plan. Don't depend on this guy that you're with, who is sometimes with you and sometimes not, to be a parent like you will be. Plan your work your plan. And the last one is you're exactly where you're supposed to be in your journey. Things work in divine and natural timing. Remember that, and you'll be fine. She says she loves you, she misses you, and she's always, always with you. If you don't already, client four, talk to her whenever you're happy, when you're sad, when you're frustrated, when you're hungry, whenever. Yeah. Anything else? That's it. That's all. I hope it helps client four, and I hope it helps you for your highest good. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. All right, y'all. That is it. That is all. Thank you for everybody who came through and lent your good energy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And again, if you want to participate, the information to participate is in the description box. It'll stay there for everybody who participated tonight. I will send you the link via email as well as the timestamp. And this will always be available so you can always refer back to it. All right, y'all. All right. Y'all have a good night. See y'all next time.